Yo, 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 it's your favorite anime slash manga enjoyer Shields here, and chapter 99 of Chainsaw Man just dropped, and there's actually a good bit to talk about here. So let's just get into it. Spoilers, obviously. So we start the chapter off with Mitaka finding out that she is sharing the same body as the War Devil, and this was done by the War Devil saving a chunk of Mitaka's brain. So it's kind of confusing the way it's explained, but the way I look at it and the way I conceptualize it is I think back to like Naruto and Kurama, Naruto and the Nine Tails Demon. So Naruto is the host of his body, and he has the demon, the Nine Tails, living within him that can take over Naruto's body whenever it feels like and do evil things and do bad stuff with Naruto's body without having Naruto in control. And I think that's the same thing we see here with Mitaka and the War Devil. Now, I could be proven wrong, but that's just the way I look at it. Anyway, this brings up the question that why wouldn't the War Devil just take over Mitaka's body for itself and just kill off Mitaka in the first place and have its own body with no limitations to just go hunt Chainsaw Man and do whatever it wants. So this has fans like speculating and theorizing that the War Devil actually loves war so much that the concept of like mental warfare and like war on the mind is something that really intrigues it. So having Mitaka always be that like conflicting voice in its head is something that it really loves, and it just loves that conflict of war so much that it just strives for it. So that is something that's kind of really interesting to think about. This War Devil really might be a very, very twisted devil in the head. So we then find out that Chainsaw Man actually goes to the same school as Mitaka and is in a disguise. The War Devil explains this to us, and Mitaka and the War Devil are having a little squabble, a little back and forth, because Mitaka does not want to go into school after what happened with Bucky. She doesn't even want anyone to see her face anymore. To which the War Devil is like, "Yo, nut up, we're going to school. Like, we need to find and kill Chainsaw Man." And Mitaka's all nervous and like they're having this little back and forth, and she's like looks like she's talking to herself to other people. So we then see a familiar face walk up to Mitaka, and that familiar face is actually Yoshida. So if you guys can remember, Yoshida was in part one of Chainsaw Man, and Yoshida was hired by Makima to protect Denji in the International Assassins arc. So all the assassins that were coming to attack Denji, he was hired to protect him. So if you can remember, Yoshida is also a private devil hunter, not a public devil hunter. So he's not affiliated with like the public safety organization. He's like think of him as like a freelance devil hunter. He kind of does what he wants, and he's also a high school student. That was established in part 1 of Chainsaw Man. So he shows his face here. He's at the same exact school as Mitaka and Chainsaw Man as well. So that's a little interesting way of bringing that character back in. And when I was first reading it, I was like, this guy looks familiar. And then after a couple wiki searches and looks on some subreddits, yes, it is in fact Yoshida from part 1. So that's really interesting. Anyway, Yoshida asks Mitaka, "Hey, is everything okay? Like you're talking to yourself." And Mitaka's like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm fine." And then the War Devil takes over Mitaka's body and starts like talking to Yoshida and asking where Chainsaw Man is. And Yoshida's like, "I don't know. Like, what are you talking about?" And then she proceeds to ask Yoshida, "Do you want to be my boyfriend?" To which Yoshida's like, "Nah, I'm cool, thought," and just walks off like a Chad. So I'm already really liking Yoshida, and I can't wait to see more of him. But anyway, we then find out that there's a Devil's Hunter Club, and that Mitaka and the War Devil have to go there because Chainsaw Man is supposedly there in disguise. So before arriving at the Devil Hunters Club meeting, Mitaka and the War Devil have a little conversation where the War Devil reveals that the reason the War Devil asked out Yoshida to be her boyfriend is because one of the main powers that the War Devil has is that it can turn anything it controls into a weapon. So by having Yoshida as a boyfriend, they could use him as a weapon to hunt Chainsaw Man. Also, I forgot to mention, Yoshida actually has a contract with the Octopus Devil, so he's able to use octopus tentacles and stuff like that. Weird, Japan, whatever. Anyway, we get to the Devil Hunters Club meeting where we see some like weirdly familiar faces. This is where the chapter got kind of weird for me because I thought these faces looked very familiar, but they're not actually the same faces, but we'll get into that. Anyway, the head of the Devil Hunters Club assigns everyone to groups of 3, and each group is tasked with hunting a devil and bringing it back to the club, and that is your way of joining the club. It's like a rite of initiation. You bring back a little devil and show that it's dead, then you're in. So we then end the chapter off with Mitaka getting assigned to a group with Yoshida, and there's some awkwardness there, obviously, and a new girl who looks just like a character we've seen in the past. And if you guys can remember Kusakabe, who was actually in part one, he had a contract with the Stone Devil, and I believe he was killed by the Devil of Darkness in Hell. So this character looks just like him, like his little sister, actually. So that's what a lot of fans are speculating and thinking about, that this is actually just Kusakabe's little sister. Also, I've seen a lot of people in the Viz comments saying that this new girl that looks like Kusakabe's sister is actually Denji in disguise. So take that as you will. I personally don't think that, but hey, that could be interesting. You never know. But anyway, I am just loving the way the story is going. Like I said in the my last video, Mitaka as a main character, I'm so down for that. I really like it. I really like the conflict between her and the War Devil, that internal war that's going on there, and I just can't wait to see more of her character. I really am enjoying it, truthfully. And this build up to see Chainsaw Man is what's really intriguing me. So the fact that we still haven't seen Denji yet, and everyone's like, "Oh, we gotta find him. We're hunting for him," and who knows? Next chapter is chapter 100. Maybe they'll reveal Denji then, because chapter 100, that's a monumentous number right there. That's a pretty big number, and it's crazy to think about what Chainsaw Man has done in 100 chapters. Now, I've read a couple mangas now, and long ones. One Piece, Bleach, Naruto. I love them all, but they also really can stretch a story out. You know what I mean? They can really make a story long, and I do love that. I really do, because it gets me more and stuff like that. But Chainsaw Man is really good at just cutting out the bullshit. They really get straight to the plot and continue the story. So that's what I'm really enjoying right now. I feel like every chapter right now is really feeding us with something that's the next step in the story. So I can't wait to see this Chainsaw Man reveal. I can't wait to see Denji again. And I think that part two is just going to keep hyping us up and hyping us up for that reveal. And once it's revealed, once Chainsaw Man and Denji are revealed, it's going to be hype. It's really going to be hype. So I will see you guys next Tuesday, next chapter. Peace.